Afternoon, it is 4:30 p.m., Tuesday, February 3rd, 2026. We will call the City Council meeting of the City of New Ulm to order. The first item of business is the consent agenda. Councilors, what are your wishes?
So move. Second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
That motion does carry. Second item is item 2.1, a public hearing on the proposed 2026 surface reconstruction project. Mr. Stodheim.
All right, thank you, Madam President, City Councilors. The City Council has previously scheduled a public hearing on the proposed 2026 surface reconstruction project. City staff prepared and mailed hearing notices to the 35 affected parcels being adjacent to the proposed projects. We have two project locations for consideration today as part of this project, and those include Jonathan Drive from Summit Avenue to the south leg of McIntosh Drive and Cottonwood Street from Broadway to Bridge Street. Hearing notices were prepared, mailed. These projects were included in the 2026 capital improvement plan, which was reviewed and adopted at your November 6, 2025 meeting. It would be staff's recommendation today to open up the public hearing for public comments on these two locations. Staff has not received any written or oral objections to the proposed projects to date.
Wonderful, thank you. At this time, we will open the public hearing. If you have a question or would like to be heard, please come up to the microphone and state your name and your address for the record. Again, these are for the two projects, Jonathan Drive from Summit Avenue to the south leg of McIntosh Drive and Cottonwood Street from Broadway to Bridge Street.
Good afternoon. I'm Annalise Johnson. I live at 2 Jonathan Drive. Thank you for the opportunity. I just am wondering what the timing of the road construction on Jonathan will be, and also if you have calculated any potential assessments for the residents on that street. Thank you.
Yep, all right, Ms. Johnson. The proposed project timeline would be, generally, the street department performs these projects after the 4th of July, kind of late July into early August is when the anticipated start would be. City staff from the street department would contact you prior to the project commencing, probably give you about a week's notice or so. As far as the proposed assessment amounts, the assessments for the surface reconstruction projects are conducted on a per parcel basis, excluding those corner lots. There's two corner lots on Jonathan that have two frontages. They would receive two assessments for the project, but your parcel is looking at an assessment amount of $2,140, and that will be payable over a 10-year period. You're welcome.
Is there anyone else that would like to be heard? Without anyone else, I'll offer the resolution and close the public hearing, ordering in the 2026 surface reconstruction project and authorize the city engineer to prepare the project plans and specifications and authorize the street department to construct the project.
Second.
Thank you. We do have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Director Jorgensen, please call the roll.
Counselor Christian?
Yes.
Counselor Warmka?
Yes.
Counselor Mack? Yes. And President Becker?
Yes, that motion does carry. Item 2.2 is a public hearing on the proposed 2026 utility street and alley improvement projects. Again, Mr. Stodheim.
All right, thank you, Madam President, City Councilors. The second and final public hearing that we've scheduled tonight includes the 2026 Utility Street and Alley Improvement Project. This project consists of 8 unique project locations throughout the city. First one would be State Street from 12th North to 16th North, Oakwood Avenue from Hazelwood to Hollywood, alley blocks 54, 55, 56, 57 south of Center Street, alley block 182 north of Center Street, and then finally we have a miscellaneous concrete sidewalk and pedestrian improvement section of the project this year as well. Hearing notices were prepared by city staff and mailed to those affected by the proposed projects. It would be staff's recommendation to open the public hearing and go through the project locations one by one for those wishing to be heard today. Again, notices were mailed out, and we have not received any written or oral objections to this project as well.
Thank you, Mr. Stadheim. At this time, we will open the public hearing for these proposed projects. If you would like to be heard or have a question, please come to the microphone and state your name and your address for the record.
Gordon Batzloff, 1110 North Minnesota Street. I own the properties at 1400 North State and 618 14th North. And I'm concerned what the assessment is to my corner lot and the property on the back half of the same lot, which is a separate property. When 14th North was reconstructed a few years ago, I paid one share for each of those properties, and there were other people who had the same footage who only paid one share because it was one property. And I'm concerned that I'm going to get double billed because I have two properties with one corner lot.
Madam President, City Councilors, the assessments are based on the actual frontage. So being that you only have one parcel with the frontage on State Street, that would be the only parcel being proposed to be assessed. City Council policy that dates back to the 90s on the assessments is residential reconstructions are based on a per parcel basis for assessments. So regardless of frontage, I think that, can't speak for the council at that time, but the methodology there was that, being that it's a residential segment, that the assessments are levied on a per parcel basis as opposed to frontage, being that, a residence will be using those roadway frontages in the same regard. So the council at that time elected to go with the per parcel basis, and that's been the policy for assessments since the 90s. The assessment amount being proposed on State Street for a residential segment or a residential parcel is $4,750 on the USA project.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Hi, Ruth Ann Webster, 812 South German. On our alley, I've got two questions. Number one is what can we expect for an assessment? And number two, we've got some old lilac bushes on the back, and I'm wondering how we should figure out how to, trim those back so that the work can be done.
Right. Hi, Ms. Webster. As far as the lilacs are concerned, I did not see any notes within the project plans that staff has been working on that those would be affected. But I can make a note here and have staff just touch base with you to see if they need to be trimmed or anything like that prior to project commencing. And then as far as assessment amounts, I have to get to the right spreadsheet here, so my apologies. So the assessments are being proposed at $65 per lineal foot.
All right, I can do the math.
Okay,
Okay.
perfect.
Thank you. Thank you all for coming and for being involved. Would anyone else care to be heard?
Hello, my name is Jeremy Lang. I live at 1605 Oakwood Avenue. I was just curious what the assessment cost may be in the timeline.
Hi, Mr. Lang. The assessment amount, again, is at $44,750 is being proposed for a residential reconstruct. Project timeline for the project, if the council orders in the improvements tonight, we would probably open bids probably middle of next month.
Okay.
At that time, then we would get a contractor on board, execute the contracts, and it's really up to the contractors what their schedule will be. So my best answer right now is sometime in June or July with a possible start. Contractor would be able to provide more information. So provided improvements get ordered in tonight, I would recommend reaching out to my office in May, and I can give a better idea of what the contractor shared for project schedule.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Being I don't see anybody else wants to come up to the mic. I'm going to offer the resolution, close the public hearing, ordering in the 2026 utility street and alley improvement project, and authorize the city manager to prepare the project plans and specs.
Second.
Thank you. We do have a motion and a second. Any additional discussion? Director Jorgensen, please call the roll.
Counselor Christian?
Yes.
Counselor Warmka?
Yes.
Counselor Mack?
Yes.
President Becker?
Yes, that motion does carry. Item 3.1 is a raffles gambling permit for Sioux Trails Ducks Unlimited, number 0020.
I'll offer a motion to approve the issuance of lawful gambling permit for Sioux Trails Ducks Unlimited 0020 to conduct raffles gambling at New Ulm Legion, 13 South Minnesota Street, New Ulm, Minnesota, Saturday, March 21st, 2026.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
That motion does carry. Item 3.2 is a BNL bar liquor license extension for Baggin' in the Street event.
All right, couple of questions. I mean, this one comes up a lot, the problems, we're all aware of the issues. Mr. Stodheim had given us a report a while back at a work session on the issues with, am I correct? We're one of the only cities that closes alley right-of-ways?
I can't speak to that necessarily if we're one that closes alleys or
Right.
not for public events, but
Joe, we had a work session on this, and can you give, is there any, I thought we might have an update of potential options that you were going to work out with the city attorney on how we should recommend procedure for the
yes.
future.
So the draft right-of-way event policy that was presented late last year at a work session, we've kind of consulted with the city attorney and working on some revisions that will be brought back at a future work session. Manager Dalton, I'm not sure if we're doing that in February or March, but kind of in the first quarter of this year is what we were anticipating to get further guidance and direction from council on how you want us to proceed with the policy.
It'll probably come in, we'll probably do it in March. February, we have another topic that's slightly more pressing than that one.
And this is a, more than just the alleyway itself. This is Park Place City parking lot. This is a lot of area that the police monitor, and we haven't had issues with Chief Borkert. He has never stated one complaint from, or problem that's come of this.
And until we have some type of an event agreement, which I'll have my own thoughts on when we revisit, I think that we need to continue to just do these on a one-off basis as we have been in the past until we have something a little bit more encompassing in place.
I mean, could we ask Mr. Com to maybe monitor it or have a, some sort of security or measures, or that people aren't, so we don't get the calls for the other constituents,
I know with this
But
being.
trying to be
it's-
reasonable.
Right. I know that
and-
this being, it's not a BNL event, this is a Chamber of Commerce event, that there is more people, spectators, there's a lot more volunteers that are out there present. And amongst the community, I mean, it's a well-received event, so I don't want to stop that.
Well, and I agree with Council Chair or President that until we have something in place to base our decision or recommendations on, we're on uneven ground, if you will. Want to be consistent going forward. So at this point, I don't think we can fall back on the what ifs, but basically what is. And like Councilman Warmka said, there haven't been issues reported by Chief Borkert at this time. So going on that information, I would support.
Thank you, Mayor.
Being what this one is like, I don't go wrong, Chris said, it's with the chamber or whatnot. I'll go along this time, but I do look for that in the future with our alley closing and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
So I won't bucket this round, but
Yeah, I'm okay with it, and trying to be consistent. And so with that, I'll offer the resolution to authorize the extension of the B&L Bar liquor license and to closed alley area on the requested dates, time, and the alley between Center Street and First North and Broadway, Park Place, city parking lot across from City Hall, Saturday, February 28th, 2026, beginning 8 a.m. until 9 p.m. for bagging in the street events, subject to conditions.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Director Jorgensen, please call the roll.
Counselor Christian?
Yes.
Counselor Wormka?
Yes.
Counselor Mack?
Yes.
President Becker?
Yes, that motion does carry. Moving on to new business, item 4.1 is a deer control program summary.
Council President, councilors, last year, 2025, we saw an increase in deers, or in deers taken. Let's go that right. So we're up about 7 deer, close to where we were in 2022, but still below where I'd like us to be, around that little bit above 60, where we were back in 2018, 2019. So this year, or for 2026, we're going to do the, double earn a buck? I think that's what it's called, Earn a Buck program for 2026, which should help out. But we do fill all our stands every single year. They do move the stands if they're not seeing deer in certain areas to other ones where people are reporting deer. So Dusty and his assistant are very good about moving everyone around to make sure those deer stands are being used. So I would continue doing the deer hunt because the population will get out of control.
Oh,
at this
absolutely.
point. So.
No. Motion to accept the 2025 summary and reauthorize the 2026 Special Archery Deer Control Program.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
That motion does carry. Item 4.2 is an appointment to the Sister Cities Commission.
I'll approve the appointment of Tamara Firth to the Sister Cities Commission for a 3-year term ending December 31st, 2028.
Second.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. That motion carries. Thank you and welcome, Tamara. Item 4.3 is a bomb bag rubber tire roller equipment repair. Hello, Mr. Hoffman. I think you have some information for
Hello,
us.
Madam President,
Hi.
City Councilman. Jeff Huffman, Public Works Superintendent. Our 2022 rubber tire roller, hydraulic pump went out on it, or hydraulic motor went out on it, and it contaminated the whole hydraulic system. So we took it up to RMS Road Machinery Supplies, and they checked it over. And we're working with BOMAG. They would warranty, because it's out of warranty. It's a 2022, and there's only 300 hours on it. That's the bugger about it. But they would warranty the pump itself that went out, but there's another pump in there, a travel pump and another hydraulic motor. If those are contaminated bad enough where they did some scoring on the pistons and stuff in the pumps, those pumps would have to be replaced, and the total bill to clean everything and to replace those 2 pumps would be $63,124.98. If those pumps just can get cleaned and they can clean the system, it would be somewhere in the $40,000 range. But they're not going to guarantee 100% that they're going to get all the metal out. So it's, I just want a direction of which way to go. I did price out a new BOMAG roller, and it comes in at $98,900, and they would give us around $9,000 for the damaged roller that's broken down right now.
Yeah.
But it's a tough one to call, and I'm not going to guarantee that they're going to get all the metal out. That's the problem.
In my mind, are we just better off get a new machine? I know how that goes with equipment, like, well, the cost is now we found this, now we're at 70,000, another 20 and a brand new machine.
Right.
Just a question.
With another warranty. Right. So that would be my recommendation, but and I'm still working with the salesman. I talked to him again today, and he said he's working hard to get a better price if we would go that route. So
Jeff, what kind of warranty is on a new machine?
1 year.
1 year.
1
That's
year,
it?
yeah.
So,
Everything? So if we go spend, say, 60 grand on our 2022 unit, do we have a warranty with it or anything?
No, they wouldn't really give us much of a warranty because they can't guarantee they're going to get all the metal out.
Right.
But they said they can be anywhere from 95%, you know, they're confident they can get most of it out. But these rollers, I have it on a 20-year cycle because, like I say, we only put about 100 hours on a year, so it, you know, it lasts a long time. We use it for reconstruct, seal coat, and our gravel road maintenance is what we basically use it for in the summer, and that's about it. And so it's kind of on a 20-year cycle, and that's the way they've been lasting. But this one kind of caught up with us. But there's a contractor in town that has the same roller, and they have not had any problems with it. So we're just one of the unlucky ones.
This is a piece of equipment that sits in our 601 fund, so it's not in a budgeted fund. It's not a fund that directly gets tax levy dollars either, so this doesn't affect the tax levy.
Right.
And it's actually a fund that is quite healthy, and we try to keep it healthy so that when these things happen or when we need to make the big equipment purchases, that money is there. What happens is all the departments pay into this fund every year based on the equipment that they do have. So that's where the money that comes from to help with that. So indirectly, it affects the tax levy, but not, yeah.
I mean, if we can get a new unit for $88,000, I mean, we're talking 20 grand difference, really, with warranty and not compromised.
Well, could we have you come back next meeting, maybe in 2 weeks, and see if you have some more solid numbers?
Yeah,
You
I
know,
can, but
say
it
that-
just, yeah, if that's the route we want to go, because if they got it, if we were going to go out and fix it, I'd like to get working on it now because we need it. Middle of May is when we start. We're going to need it, and it's going to take a while to fix if that's the route we're going to go.
Do they have a machine available if we were going to buy a machine?
He was checking into that. I talked to him today, like I said, and he was checking into it, and he thought they would possibly have one by May, for sure.
My question is, were you given any information about how this could have happened? Like, did something get in there that caused the motor to go out? Was there a safety issue? Like, was somebody operating it and it just stopped on them? Like, they gave you no information of what would cause this to go out after 3 years when it looks like it's on a 20-year?
Yeah, no, the guy that operated, he noticed it was making a growling noise in the back when we were seal coating, and then we checked it out a little further, had our mechanics check it out, and then we took it up to RMS and they checked it out, and this is what they found. And he said that one of the hydraulic pumps motors on the right side went out, and they didn't have an answer of why it went out, and it just happened.
Okay. All right. Well, you know, we have these equipment funds for a reason. I'm sure that we have healthy balances in there because Nicole always does a good job with that. So, yeah, I would rather look at just getting it replaced. But can you remind me, we had some conversation. What are kind of the wishes of the council here?
I'm leaning more towards, tell that salesman to sharpen his pencil.
Yeah.
Come back in 2 weeks with.
Okay, I'll see what I can do.
I agree.
We're leaning towards just a full replacement. So,
Okay.
all right. Thank
All right,
you.
sounds good. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. So I will still need a motion for this.
I'll make a motion to table the repair of the 2022 Bombard rubber-tired roller for the Public Works Department until next council session.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second to table. Any further discussion? Those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. That motion does carry. Our last item of business today is item 5.1, which is our report of claims paid.
I'll make a motion to accept the list of claims paid in the amount of $3,056,441.50.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Those in favor signal by saying aye.
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 That motion does carry, and with no additional business, the meeting today is adjourned. Thank you.